The Parliament of India, in its winter session, has passed the Constitution in bracket 124th Amendment bracket close Bill 2019 on 9th January 2019. It aims to provide 10% reservation of jobs and educational institutions to economically backward sections, so citizens in the general category. Thus, the bill has now become law. The purpose of introducing this amendment was to ensure economic and educational empowerment of the weaker sections of the general category, as they have been denied their due place in Indian society due to poverty, in contrast to the SCs, STs, and OBCs who had been provided reservations in the Constitution. The history of reservations in India goes back to the days of colonial rule. However, reservations in concrete form were drafted into India's Constitution by the Constituent Assembly. It carried forward the commitment to reservations for scheduled castes and tribes. Thus, quotas for SCs and STs were the only explicit reservations that were written in at that time. Then in 1990, the other backward classes were given 27% reservation when the Government of India accepted the Mandal Commission's report. However, in 1992, the Supreme Court in the Indira Sahani versus Union on India case capped caste-based reservation to a maximum of 50%. The exception was in the state of Tamil Nadu, which already had 69% reservations for various sections. The law was subsequently included in 1994 into the 9th schedule of the Constitution to protect in from judicial review. There has been a crying need for such a provision in the Constitution of India. Such demand has been raised by various sections of the higher castes, especially economically weaker section, for many years, to increase the 50% cap in job reservation, keeping their interest in mind. This includes demands from Thakurs in Uttar Pradesh, Rajputs in Rajasthan, Jats in Haryana, Patel Patidars in Gujarat and Andhra Pradesh. Thus, the bill seeks to provide for the advancement of economically weaker sections of Indian citizens. The 124th Amendment has amended two fundamental rights. The first is Article 15, which prohibits discrimination on the grounds of race, religion, caste, sex, or place of birth. This has been amended to additionally permit the government to provide for the advancement of economically weaker sections. Further, up to 10% of seats may be reserved for such sections for admission in educational institutions. Such reservation will not apply to minority educational institutions. Stop.